This is so like not high tech. I'm literally sat on a cushion because the positioning is just not great. Look at my hair. This is a quarantine hairstyle. I'm gonna try and stop playing with my hair. I'm probably gonna put it up in a minute. Anyway, so I wanted to do a video on like my first year experience at Winchester University, because like I know that when I was looking for information from like students now, I'm just going to put my hair up because it's really annoying me. I know that when I was like looking for information about the university from like students that had been there, there wasn't really much. Like I remember seeing one YouTube video, but it wasn't really like that in depth. Sorry to the girl who made that video. And apart from that, there wasn't really much apart from like what obviously the university have posted. So I kind of knew, like, as I was going through my first semester, that I really wanted to, like, at the end of this year do a video and like put it on YouTube, because like I'm not trying to be a YouTuber. I'm not trying to be like, you know, fucking, I don't even know, Molly May. I watched her last night, so she inspires me. I'm not trying to be like any of that. I literally just wanted to upload a video about Winchester as a university, as a place, like the nightlife, accommodation in the first year and things like that. So I've kind of separated this video in my mind into like different sections. So I'm going to talk a little bit about like why I went to Winchester, because this is another thing as well, like the way that I applied to go to uni, like my like application experience was like so different to a lot of people. I've actually never spoken to anyone that's been in that kind of like same situation that I was in about this time a year ago. So it'd be interesting for people, I feel like this would be interesting for people that were in my situation and went through like UCAS the way that I did, because as I say, like at the time I literally felt so alone. Like I'm not the only person on the planet to have done it like this, but I just think like it'd be helpful to someone for me to say, bear with it, you'll be okay. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how, you know, I did it, and then I want to talk about like the Winchester University, like academically, and you know, like what the staff are like and the courses and things like that. And then I want to talk about Winchester as a place, the nightlife and the accommodation. And then I don't know, I like baffle on quite a lot, so there might be some things that I don't know, I'm going to try and like keep it, I don't know what the word is, keep it like very straight to the point, not too confusing, but also very informative and honest as well, because like, to be honest, I also want to talk a little bit about Freshers Week, but I'll do that in like nightlife. Like obviously, all in all, I absolutely love Winchester. It's like the best decision I ever made, but there obviously are days where I felt like a bit down, and some days you think like, what am I even paying £9,000 a year for? But like overall, such a great experience, and I'm so excited to go back in September. If we can go back in September. If we can't go back in September because fucking COVID, I'll be fuming. But so yeah, so how I basically applied was I went to school, did all my like GCSEs. I got really good GCSEs, and I was like thought that I was going to go and do A-levels literally like my whole life. And then as I kind of like grew up, I realised that the only industry that I could ever see like myself having a long-term career in was the fashion industry. So I didn't go and do it. I didn't stay on for A-levels or go and do A-levels. I went and did a fashion retail course and then like a business course as well at college. So I left school, went to college, did that for 2 years, and then after completing that course, to be honest, I didn't get a very good grade. Like I got merit, so it went like past merit distinction. It wasn't actually a BTEC, it was like a different type of course, and I know that I could have done so much better, but at the time like I was just going through a bit of a weird stage, and I just didn't. Towards the end, like first year of college, absolutely smashed it, top of the class, living my best life, but second year I just kind of like went to a weird relationship and, you know, turned 18, so I was just kind of like YOLO. But I still passed it, and I did actually apply to go to uni like straight after college, and my first choice was Manchester Met to do fashion buying, and then London College of Fashion to do fashion buying and merchandising, and London met was a foundation year, but I didn't get into that. I got into London College of Fashion, and then like just loads of stuff happened, and I was like, do you know what, uni is not for me this September. Let's just, you know, chill out for a year and then see where we're at this time next year. So I kind of like knew that I was taking a gap year, but I didn't know, like, I wasn't like, okay, after this gap year I'm definitely going to uni. I just wanted to like do something and then kind of go from there. So I was actually an estate agent for a year, and even though I like knew from the beginning and throughout the whole, like, I think it was 10 months that I was there, even though I knew that I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life, I really, really enjoyed it when I was there. And it was just kind of towards the end, I was like, this is not for me anymore. So I didn't actually like quit that job to go to uni. I did it for a year. Like I say, I literally learned so many skills. And if you do want to like take a year out and work somewhere and you don't want to just like sit at an office and do admin, I definitely recommend like going and trying an estate agency. It's such a good job if you want just loads of experience, and also if you're not really sure like what you want to do, or if you don't want to go to uni, it's a really good job that you don't need a degree for. But like I might even do a whole video on like a year as an estate agent, because that's another thing as well. When I was looking to be an estate agent, there wasn't any videos on YouTube about that apart from like Americans and talking about real estate, so maybe I'll do that. I did that, and then I went full-time waitress, like this place that I like lived there, and like all my friends worked there, and it was very confusing. It's a different story. But then I went to do like full-time waitress in there, and I was just sat in a beer garden with my mate in like probably June, July, and I was like, mate, what am I doing with my life? I need to go and like do something. And she was like, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, I want to do fashion. She was like, right, what do you need to get to fashion? I was like, I need a degree because it's so competitive. So we sat down, we looked at clearing courses, and like a couple of courses came up. I think it was like, I was looking at Bath, one in Liverpool, but I think it was like the John Moores one or something. I'm not really sure, I can't remember. And another one. And then I could have still gone to London College of Fashion, but at that point I knew that I didn't want to go to London anymore, because I'm probably going to spend most of my career in London. So I kind of wanted to not go to uni there. And then Winchester, and I'd literally never even heard of Winchester before I'd have like looked at going to uni there. I've never heard of it. I've never been to Hampshire in my life, especially not Winchester. So I literally was like completely new world for me. And I literally, I just went through clearing. I like wrote my personal statement. My personal statement from my application before was still there, so I just used the same one and like changed it a little bit. And then like my boss at the time did my reference for me, and I didn't think, because I thought I was gonna need like a tutor or something, but no, it was fine. So did that, like called them up. I still didn't have the entry requirements to get onto the course, so I was a little bit nervous. I thought I was going to have to do a foundation, but I think because obviously my course was fashion related, and because I'd got quite good GCSEs, I smashed my GCSEs, I think they were just like, you can come on the course basically. And then I went for an open day, like the day after the results day, and the day after they accepted me, and like it was like a small tour, like it wasn't like a really in-depth tour that I would have got if I'd went the year before, but it's just nice to like know what I was coming into, and it made me really excited as well. And the open day was great, and I knew from that point that I definitely made the right decision. It was just so like me. And yes, I had a little tour, and then started in mid-September. So I'll start with talking about like Winchester uni and like my experience of, obviously, you know, it was a big decision for me to go to uni. I wasn't just like, oh, I'll just go to uni because that's what everyone's doing. Like I actually like took time out, tried a load of other things before I went, and then I went, and here I am today. To be honest, I'm just taking a sip of water. This is my free mug that I got. What are these cute little earrings? Let's see, like gas on them, and it came with a cute little thing. So there's my new water bottle. It's gonna be a new pre-drinking cup next year. That's what I've decided for my pink gin and lemonade's going. We're going off track, right? Okay. So Winchester, as a uni. So I'm gonna try and keep this like really brief, and obviously I don't have anything to compare it to because I've not been to like any other unis before. My feet are really hurting. So like that. Obviously I've never been to any other like unis before, so this is like my only experience that I've had at a uni. But I like you know, I know when I'm having a good experience or when I'm having a bad experience. And honestly, the teaching and the modules, and it's just like, it's so perfect for me. I know it's not for everyone, it's a very small uni compared to other universities, but I like that because everyone knows everyone, it's like a real community. I think you get more like, obviously, you know, when you go to uni, it's not like school where the teachers like do everything for you. You have to ask the questions to get your answers, and the teachers, well, the tutors that I've had and the lecturers that I've had are so knowledgeable about their subjects. So, you know, you ask them a question and they're going to know the answer, so you have just got to like ask them questions, and don't be afraid to do that. I'm quite like outspoken person anyway. Like if I'm confused about something, I'll put my hand up and ask. But like if you're not that type of person at uni, you definitely need to like, I'm filming my video.
Okay, I thought you were talking. How long are you going to be?
20 minutes.
Okay. Come, tell me when you've done that, and then we'll go.
Sorry about that. So yeah, you just need to like put your hand up, ask questions, and they'll give you the answers. In terms of like all the staff are literally so great. Like, I don't know, you don't just feel like a number at Winch, like you do feel like you're actually a bit more valued. But what I would say is you have to like stand out and put the effort in. That's so important, because like tutors have said to me that, you know, at the end of when we all graduate, they're not going to give everyone a reference, but if you stand out to them, you try really hard, like you push boundaries, then they're going to give you a reference over someone else. And it's just so important to like make sure that you get the most out of the £9,000 you're spending a year. So all of that's great. In terms of like the campus, it's like you've got the main campus, which has got like all the teaching subjects, teaching courses on, like philosophy, English, criminology, and don't really know what else, like all the non-business related courses are on the main campus. It's also got the main library, like the student unions there, and there's this really cute place called Cyber Italia, which I really like because I have a lot of group projects with my course and we can't really talk very loud in the library, so we go to Cyber Italia, which is like next to the library. It's like a cute little cafe thing, but it's all like modern and it's really nice to work in, and then you can like nip over to the library and get books out and stuff. So yeah, and also the thing is about Winchester campus is literally beautiful. Like the architecture, the like, sounds really like stupid, but like the nature, they really like put effort into it, and you can tell. Whereas like, I've seen loads of other unis that are literally just like a block, like a building that's just like with just a load of classrooms in it, and I don't know, it's just a nice place, and it's just really aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, and then if you walk like 5 minutes up a hill, which is quite a not very nice hill, but you know, you get used to it. You walk up a hill and you've got the business school, and then next to the business school they've got this new like state-of-the-art mad thing. It's gonna have like a new library, like new cafe thing, like loads of seminar rooms and lecture rooms. It's if you're looking at uni, you will have like seen pictures of how it's gonna look. They say it's meant to be finished in September, but it was meant to be last September, then it was like Christmas, then it was May, and then it's September, but who knows with, you know, Miss Corona coming along when it's going to be finished. And then that's where the business school is as well. The business school is quite small, but it doesn't need to be massive. And yeah, it's just got loads of like, it's an older building, but it's not like horrible. It's just like it's got a lot of character, shall we say, and that's where all of my lectures and seminars are. So if you do anything like marketing, fashion marketing, any business related courses like events management, anything like that, then you'll be in the business school. So yeah, I don't really know what else there is to say about the actual university. They're really big on like mental health and like well-being and things like that. I haven't ever like needed to use it because I don't know, like deal with things in my own way, but they always like send me emails about how I need to go and have a meeting with this like mental health guy, but I'm like, nah, you're right. But if you have like any issues, they're really good at kind of like sorting that out, so that's really, really nice. I want to also mention that in terms of like the academic side of things, if you really want to get the most out of the £9,000 that you're paying a year, like I really didn't want to come out of this degree I don't want to come out of university with, oh, I've got a degree, great. I spent fucking 60 grand on a degree. No. If it's something you're interested in, be a student representative. I'm a student representative, and they choose 2 people from, or like the cohort votes for 2 people from each year, and then you have like meetings 2 or 3 times a semester, and you just have a meeting, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. I've been talking for like 30 minutes, and you just put in all your thoughts, and you talk to your cohort and you put in their thoughts, and then you listen to like the feedback from other years. And it's not just something to slap on my CV at the end of the 3 years. Like, I genuinely enjoy it, and if you're the type of person that is outspoken and will like say, like, voice your opinions and say what you want and listen to people, which like I am that type of person, and if you are, like, definitely don't be scared, jump at the opportunity, because you are going to be the person that like is helping not only like your year but years to come as well. I think that's really important, because I appreciate the second years and their input, because their input hopefully will make a change and make it better for us. So it is really important, and there's so many ways that you can make the most out of it. Like I say, join a society if you want to join a society, but if you don't want to join a society, don't join a society. If you want to join the fashion society, definitely join the fashion society, but just make sure you can find as many ways to like get the most out of your experience there. Like, take all the opportunities that are free that you can get, and you'll do great. Next, I'll go on to talk about accommodation, and this is a really important one, because I'm going to talk about halls. I'm going to talk about if you don't get into halls, which a lot of people don't, you get put in a uni house, and I got put in a uni house, but it's fine, bear with me. So there's like Burma, which is the most expensive and the nicest, and then Queens, which is the second most expensive, and they're both like on main campus, but as I say, they're literally a 5-minute walk from the business school, and then where the business school is, that's where West Downs is, and that's the least expensive. But I also think it's the most fun. Like, I've had a couple of flat parties in Queens. I think I've been to Burma like once. Obviously not cool enough for Burma. But I would say that like the best kind of like partying and like best vibes, especially this year that I've been there, have been in West Downs. I've been to so many flat parties. Well, I've been to so many flat parties, but like most of the flat parties that I've been to have been in West Downs. And there's a girl that's like in my friendship group, and she lives at West Downs, so we always pre-drink at hers and then walk down to town, because it's like a 10-minute walk. I'm just gonna sort my hair out again because I've just washed it and it's really like soft. Maybe I'll leave it down for a bit. Oh, I don't even know. Does anyone else have this problem? Like, they put their hair down and it annoys them? I don't even know. So yeah, I've been to quite a few, like, I've had good nights in West Downs. So even though it's not the nicest halls of residence, it's really fun, and it's quite an easy place to like make friends there. And if you're at the business school, you literally roll out of bed and you're at your lecture, so that's definitely a perk. But if you don't get into halls, I think basically Winch Uni take on more first years than they can put in halls. So a lot of people get put in managing housing, which is in most are in Stanmore. There's a couple in Winner, a couple in Badger Farm. So how like the map works, if you like look at the map of Winchester, you've got like Winnell here, and then like town, and then like the uni, and then Stanmore, and then Badger Farm. So if you do get put in a house in Stanmore or Badger Farm, it's literally like half an hour walk from any, because it sounds like, oh yeah, it's half an hour, but like it's literally, the uni is right next to Stanmore, but you just have to like, Stanmore's like it's like a big estate kind of thing. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just a load of houses, but it's like, it's a very safe area in my opinion. Like, I've never had any problems. And don't be feeling like, oh my god, I didn't get into halls, I'm in a house, like I'm never going to make any friends, because literally the 6 people that I'm living with next year, one of them got into halls. One of them got moved out of Winnell into halls like halfway through first semester, but all of us, like most of us, obviously got put in university managed housing, and we still all met each other through our course. I still made friends in like freshers. I've made friends with my housemates who had friends that are like in other houses. So I literally would not worry about it. Like, you're half an hour away from town, half an hour away from uni. And it's also quite nice as well because you get like your own space, you're in your own house, you've obviously got like your own garden. Another perk is as well, if you want to take your car to Winchester, I don't know about most roads, but my road definitely, you can park there for free, like outside my house. So I literally just keep my car down there, which is really nice because the drive home is really far. And the train's like ridiculous, so it costs me less to drive, and I just keep my car there. And then most people in second year will go and live in Stanmore. Not everyone, like my house is living in a place called Highcliffe, which is literally like 5 minutes away from town. That just works better for us because most of us have lived in Stanmore, so we're kind of like done with it now. And also like our house was a little bit like, obviously we're all fashion students, so we're all into like, you know, cute houses. So we're renting this house and it's like really, really nice, but it's on the other side of town. But that's really good for us because all of us are going to have jobs next year, and it's like a 5-minute walk from town, whereas if you're in Stanmore you either have to walk like 45 minutes or get a bus. So it just works, and it's still like half an hour from our like business school campus, so that's all great. But yeah, basically if you don't get into halls, literally don't worry about it. Like I still go to halls for all my pre-drinks, my friends live in halls. Like I've had a friend whose boyfriend had a friend. It's just like you just get to know everyone, and I think that's the nice thing about Winchester as well, is the university, and because the university and the city is quite small, literally everyone knows everyone. Like everyone's dead friendly. You could literally just like, if you hear there's a flat party on, you could literally just like walk in and be like, hey guys, as long as you've got confidence. Like it's so easy to make friends, everyone's really friendly. I kind of I won't touch on that yet. So Winchester is a place, I'll like touch on this lightly. It's got like obviously it's quite a small place. Like I'm from Derby, which is a small city in my opinion, but Winchester's like maybe 4 times smaller than Derby. Like it is small, but I really like it. Like I say, everyone knows everyone, it's really friendly. You've got like the town, which is really sweet, and the cathedral, and I work in town as well. It's a very like, I'd say it's quite a well privileged area. There's not really like any crime or anything. Obviously there is like some, like there is everywhere, but it's very safe. I always feel like I can really be myself. I'm quite a big personality, and I know that if I went to like Leeds or like Manchester, I would have felt quite drowned out with all the other like big personalities, but because it's literally just like everyone just doesn't care. I've had so many issues in Derby with people being like, oh, she's so loud, she's this, she's that. Everyone in Winchester just loves everyone. Like be yourself and you will make friends. And then I'm going to talk about nightlife. So nightlife in Winchester, I'm not gonna lie, is not like it is in like Leeds, Birmingham, Bristol. It's not gonna be a mad night out, but it really is like what you make it. I mean, I've been on nights out in like, obviously I live in Derby, I've been in nights out in like Nottingham, Sheffield, places like that, and yeah, you go to big clubs, but the night's pretty crap, to be honest. Like Winchester, you go out with your mates, it is what you make it. You go, the thing is about Winchester is because there's only like one place to go every night that people are going to go to, like everyone always ends up at the same place on the same night, so that makes it easier to make friends. Like I have so many like drunk friends that like I just see every single night out, and I'm like, oh my god, hi, because you just see the same people all the time. And I really like that because you don't have to be like, okay, you want to go here tonight, but I want to go here. And it's just nice because everyone ends up going into the same place, which, like I say, like we've got one nightclub and it is pretty like but yeah, it is what you make it. And like I always have that. I've not had one since starting university in September, I've not had one bad night out. Like every single night out I've had has been like banging, so you're gonna have a great time. But yeah, nothing really happens on a Monday. Tuesday is vodka, which is the one nightclub, Vodka Tuesdays, which is really cheap. Everyone goes, just get smashed, have a great time. And then I think like everyone has Wednesday off uni, so you can be hungover on a Wednesday, apart from like societies. And then Wednesday's Bop Night, which is what the student union holds. And I think it gets quite busy. To be honest, I didn't go to any bops in second semester, but I like rinsed bop in first semester, because I went to bop and I didn't really go to vodka that much in first semester, and then it like switched round the next semester, and I like fell in love with vodka, my favourite place. Also, if anyone like works for vodka or knows anything about, you know, has the links, I still haven't had a black card from vodka, and I'm really pissed off about it, because these black cards, right, they get you like, I think you get like fast tracked entry and stuff like that, and I literally go to every single vodka night out. I am like ride or die vodka, like so loyal to that place, and I still don't have a black card. And there's people that go like twice a semester and they've got a black card, and it just makes no sense to me. So vodka, I'm still waiting for my black card. Yeah, so that, and then Bob, and then Thursdays is pictures night. And then the best thing about Winchester is that they have a pub that's called Alfie's, that's open till 3 o'clock in the morning. And most of the time, like, you'll go to pictures or you'll go to like vodka, and then you'll leave and go to Alfie's for like the last hour, and you'll just like, you won't even buy any drinks, you'll just be in the smoking area like being pissed with all your mates, and then someone will pass out, and then you'll be like, right, it's time to end the night, and you'll go. And then Fridays is another vodka night, Flex Fridays. We love Flex Fridays. Woo! It's a slightly more expensive night. So the drinks aren't as cheap, and the entry's a little bit more, but you know, it's worth it. And then Saturdays is, I think a lot of like Winch uni students go to Southampton on a Saturday. I haven't personally been myself, but my boyfriend is from Winchester. And whenever I go on a night out on a Saturday with him, he always sees people from Winchester. So there is still like nightlife. A lot of people go to like Total Bay on a Saturday, like they do on a Thursday, and then go to Pictures. So that's kind of like, if you want to go where everyone else is going, that's kind of what you would do. But there's a lot of like Winch locals out on a Saturday night, but you can still do it. And then Thursdays, a lot of like societies and people that live on campus will go to the County Arms, which is like opposite the business school. I've never been myself, just because I live so far away and I just can't be arsed when I have 9 a.m. lectures the next morning. I'm a good girl. And also like vodka Tuesday and Flex Friday and all the other alcoholic drinking sessions that I have just take it out of me by Sunday. And Sunday's my relaxed day. I'm either working on a Sunday or I'm chilling with my roast dinner. So yeah. I quickly just wanted to touch on Freshers Week as well. Freshers Week was like incredible. Like, I absolutely loved it. The people that I'm friends with in Freshers, that I was friends with in Freshers, I'm not really friends with now. Like, I've still got my housemates that I'm still mates with. One of the girls in my houses, I literally, like, she will be in my life forever. I love her so much, and like, I'm so glad that we're in the same house together and we spend all our freshers together. But there are people in Freshers that I was friends with loads of physios in Freshers Week, and now I just don't see them, because they all just have different interests to me, and their campus is like in town, which is another thing as well. I don't know if that's changing, but in the minute the physio campus is in town, so if you're doing physio, but I think that might be changing, I'm not sure, don't hold me to that. Yeah, so I was friends with all these physios, and then I didn't spend any time with anyone on my course in Freshers Week, and now like all of my best friends are from my course. So I think even like in first semester, my friendship group now is slightly changed, and I think like first semester you're literally friends with like everyone, which is fine, and then second semester you really find like who your friends are going to be, like godmother to your children and like bridesmaids at your wedding, and like you'll find your friendship group that you're going to meet up with like once every 2 months when you've all got kids and a family, and you're like, oh wow, these girls, because that's what my friendship group is like. We love you girls. But yeah, don't think like, oh my god, these people are, I'm not going to make any more friends, because you will. Like, you're not going to be friends with all the people that you make friends with in Freshers. Like, don't get me wrong, I am still friends with a lot of people that I made friends with in Freshers, but like my friendship group has changed. And yeah, and people just like join different societies, and then they get really close with the societies. I am in the fashion society, which was being run by third years last year, which was great. Like, they were so good at running it, and they're so good at like fashion, and they're just great girls. But I want to like continue it for this year, and just make it like sick, basically have loads of socials and stuff like that. But if you like don't want to do a socials, don't do a socials. Like, my friendship group, none of us are, apart from the Fashion Society, which, to be fair, like, I want to make it bigger, but it's not that big at the minute compared to like obviously rugby and football, which it's not going to be. But if you don't want to join like a sports society, or if you're just doing it, like, yeah, it's a great way to make mates, don't get me wrong, but like, if you're not really enjoying it, like, your university experience is not going to like dramatically be different just because you're not in a society. Like, none of my mates are in a society, and we're all chilling, living our best lives, so you'll literally be fine. Just like, be yourself, put yourself out there, and you'll be fine. And the other thing as well is that there will be times where you're sat in your room, especially in Freshers Week, in like the day. I remember in the day of Freshers Week, I literally felt so depressed. I was like so far away from home, and it was really weird. But you do honestly settle in quickly, or I did settle in really quickly to Winchester, and now like I have a boyfriend down there, and that's really nice, and he gives me like a break away from uni, and I got a job down there, and all my mates have like found like my mates for life, and I love my course. I probably have mentioned this, but I do fashion marketing at Winchester, and I think they're bringing in a new like fashion business course. I'm not sure if it's like in September or what, but I might do like another video on fashion marketing, because I know it's a small course and only like, I think we get like 30-40 students a year, but that's another thing that I would have loved to see. Like, if that video is going to help like one person make a decision, then that would be really great. But I think I've like touched on most things. I'm not really sure if there's anything else that I can say. If anyone's got any questions, you can DM me on Instagram. But overall, like, it's just been such a good experience. Like, you're gonna have days when you're feeling lonely, you're gonna have days when you're like feeling homesick, but you'll literally be fine. And especially if, I don't know, this is the kind of only bad thing that I've got to say, is because I'm classed as a northerner. I'm from Derby, I'm East Midlands, right? But everyone at Winchester is from the south. Literally, I think I've met about 3 people that are from like, I say Birmingham or above. There's no northerners, no Midlands at all. At Winch, it's all like Surrey, Reading, Southampton, Bournemouth, Plymouth, fucking Cornwall, all that. So Brighton is so southern. So if you're from the north, it can kind of sometimes feel like, I don't know, when I first started in Freshers Week, I got so many people being like, oh my god, you are so northern, and like taking the piss. Some girl called me a chav because I was from Derby. I'm like, hon, you know anything about me? But yeah, I did kind of struggle with that a little bit at the start, and then just got used to it. And you know what, in the end, everyone loves my Derby accent, so it is what it is. But apart from that, I wouldn't really change anything. So that's all I really got to say. I don't really know what else there is I can say. I think I might do another video maybe on like fashion marketing, or like the business school, you know, I don't know. Or if there's any more like questions that I've not answered that people want to know, I can make another video, or what. I just don't know. Just let me know, guys. And yeah, I hope you all have a lovely rest of quarantine. Hopefully we won't be on lockdown for too much longer, because I personally am going insane. But we probably will be on lockdown for a very long time, and it's going to be a very long time until I can hit the club again. So yeah, just stay safe, guys, and if you are going to Winchester next year, say hey. I'll see you around. It's going to be a good next academic year, hopefully. Bye.